I said in my first video about Li Shangyin that he was the best romantic poet from the Tang Dynasty, but I did not mention that there was someone else was as famous as Li Shangyin for romantic poetry. His name was Wen Ting-jun. Wen Ting-jun was allegedly born the same year as Li Shangyin in 812 AD. Wen Ting-jun also socialized with Li Xiangyin's mentor, the Linghu-chu's family. Li Shangyin and Wen Ting-jun had exchanged poems with each other, so they were often mentioned as Wen Li, the two poets enjoying similar status. They used to drink and gamble together and behaving badly in the capital, Chang'an. Wen Ting-jun was known for his literary talent since very young. He could compose a couplet within a few seconds. He used a gesture called 插手礼 to measure how much time he needed to compose a poem. It only took him one gesture to compose one couplet, and with 8 gestures, he was able to complete a poem with 8 rhymed couplets of 16 lines. So he was also known as Wen Ba Cha, Wen the 8th salute. I have no idea how to translate this. Here is a picture of the gesture of 插手礼. Maybe he wanted to show off his literary prowess. Maybe he was just arrogant. He used to compose test poems for candidates sitting next to him after he finished his own poem during civil service examination. So he was also known as the examination rescuer among his fellow candidates. At one time, the examination supervisors had to sit him by himself at a corner with a curtain around him and far away from all the other candidates. Wen Ting-jun felt insulted and stormed out. This kind of behavior certainly would not win him a good reputation, so he failed 16 times at the civil service examinations. At one time, the then premier Linghu Tao wanted to please the Emperor Li Chen, who loved to sing 菩萨蛮, a melody very popular at the time. So he asked Wen Ting-jun to compose 20 poems in this form, and swear not to tell anyone about it. Linghu Tao then presented the lyrics to the emperor as his own work. But Wen Ting-jun soon told everyone what Linghu Tao did, and laughed at the premier, saying that the premier should read more books. Linghu Tao hated Wen Ting-jun for this. Wen Ting-jun was also an expert in all the fun activities such as drinking, gambling, playing musical instruments, etc. Of course, he was the best poet among all his strongest friends. The poem I'm presenting today is one lyric he composed in the form of 菩萨蛮 at a drinking party. I'm Dr. Gao, a philosopher obsessed with poetry. I make videos about classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, and medical literature. If you like the content of my video, please click the like button and subscribe my channel. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on these subjects. So if you would like to read the original Chinese text with me, please contact me. Here's my email address. Now, let me read the poem in Chinese first. 一尺深红胜曲尘，天生旧物不如新。合欢桃核终堪恨，里许原来别有人。井底点灯深注意，共郎长行莫为奇。玲珑投自安红豆，入骨相思知不知。Now, let's look at the first 4 lines. 一尺深红胜曲尘，天生旧物不如新。合欢桃核终堪恨，里许原来别有人。一 means one, 尺 means foot, 深 means dark. 红 means crimson. 一尺深红 here refers to the veil a bride wore on her wedding night. 盛 literally means more than something, but here it is used to describe that her wedding veil had turned into a yellowish color as dark as old east. 曲 means east. 尘 means dust. 天生 means naturally. 旧 means old. 物 means thing. 不 means not. 如 means as good as. 新 means new. 合欢 refers to this tree belong to wattle family. Its leaves would close up at night like a couple embracing each other. So it is often used as a symbol for happy marriage. 桃 means peach, but here it is used as a symbol of love because of its heart-like shape. 核 refers to the pit of a fruit, but here it is used for its sound because it sounds the same as 和 meaning union. So 桃核 here is also used as a symbol for happy union between husband and wife. 中 means and up. 堪 means worthy of. 恨 means resent. 里 means inside. David and I interpret 里 as 心里, meaning in the heart. 许 is used as a linking word without meaning here. 原来 is an alternative scribe of 原来, meaning turn out to be. 别 means different. 有 means have. 人 means person. 别有人 means there is someone else. Since the poem is addressed to a lover from a lady's point of view, we also added the pronoun I and the possessive adjectives such as my and your, etc. to our translation. So the 4 lines read, My wedding silk veil is getting as dark as east. Naturally, an old thing is not as good as a new one. I end up resenting the wattle leaves and peach, symbolizing our woe, as there is someone else in your heart. 井底点灯深注意，共郎长行莫为奇。玲珑骰子安红豆，入骨相思知不知？井 means well. 井 is a very important imageries in the Tang Dynasty poetry representing home. The Chinese often use the phrase of 背井离乡, meaning turning one's back to the well and leaving one's hometown, to describe the sad feeling of leaving one's home. 底 means bottom. 井底 refers to the bottom of a well. However, sometimes 井底 is also used to refer to a lady's emotion or intention. Another Tang Dynasty poet, Du Mu, used the imageries of the still water at the bottom of a well to represent the peaceful emotional state of a widow in a couplet. 波澜誓不起，妾心古井水, meaning making a vow of never be disturbed or excited. My heart is like the water of an ancient well. 点 means light. 灯 means lamp. The heroine lights a lamp at the bottom of the well, meaning she is still holding a torch for her husband, even though he has someone else in his heart. 深注 is also a wordplay of 深主, referring to the deeply felt loving word for her husband. And the following 3 lines are the words she has for him. 共 means together. 郎 often translated as young man, but here it is a reference to her husband, so we translate it as you. 长行 is another word play referring to a game that usually takes a long time to finish, and also means a long journey. 莫 means don't. 围棋 refers to the game of Go, a game very popular in China and Japan. Because Wei Qi sounds exactly like Wei Qi, or breaking the promise to return, it is another wordplay here. 玲珑 means dainty. 骰子 refers to dice, which was often made of bone during Imperial China. An means 阴雷. 红豆 is also known as 相思豆. I made a video about Wang Wei's poem about this bean. It looked like this, and it is often used as a symbol of romantic love because of its heart-like shape. 入 means enter, 骨 means bone, 相思 means romantic love. 入骨相思 is an alternative way of saying 相思入骨, meaning her love for him enters her bones. In other words, her love for him couldn't be deeper. This is also a clever wordplay about the last line. In ancient China, dice were often made of bones for durability. So to 阴雷相思豆 on dice is to insert 相思豆 into a piece of bone. Hence, it is literally 相思入骨, or a 相思豆 enters a piece of bone. 知 means know, 不 means not, 知 means know again. 知不知 is a question that can be translated as don't you know? So the full line reads, even if the torch I bear for you is as if at the bottom of a well, my love will accompany you on a long journey. So don't break your promise to return. Like dainty dice inlaid with red beans, don't you know that my love for you has entered into my bones? This poem was supposedly composed at a party. It is very likely at a party with Li Bai and his gun. The whole poem adopts a woman's voice telling her husband how much she loves him, even though he cheated on her, or maybe she's just paranoid, worrying that during his long journey he might cheat on her. And of course, she is too shy to say all these embarrassing words directly. So she played with words using imageries such as leaves of the water tree, the peach pit, the lamp at the bottom of a well, a candle, and all sorts of game pieces such as go, dice, etc., as well as wordplay to remind her husband how much she loves him and how much she would miss him, and she would be waiting for him to come home. Although the theme of this poem is a bit sad, but with all the colorful imageries and the pieces for gaming, the poem reads quite light-hearted with a strong sense of humor. We can imagine that Wen Ting-jun was at a party with all his friends and of course the musicians and the singing girls. While singing along with the singing girls, he quickly composed these lyrics and handed it to the girls to sing with the new lyrics. The theme of separation and the supposed sad feelings form a drastic contrast with the light-hearted tone of the poem, as well as the merry party background. It is usually very difficult to bring these incompatible themes into one poem, but Wen Ting-jun did it so well that the poem reads quite sincere rather than cold and heartless. Well, we have to admire his poetic talent. I'm Dr. Gao, a philosopher obsessed with poetry. I make videos about classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, and medical literature. If you like the content of my videos, please click the like button and subscribe my channel. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on these subjects. So if you would like to read the original Chinese text with me, please contact me. Here's my email address. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you next time.